Hello students, welcome to our channel. Today we are going to start our Grade 10 History, Unit 1 tutorials. But before we go, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more videos. Now let us dive into our today's topic of capitalism. Lesson 1. Features of capitalism. Capitalism is an economic system in which individuals or private companies own and control businesses, land, and resources. An economic system is how a country decides to make and share the things people need or want. Capitalism is the most common economic system in the world today, especially in the Western world. It started to develop after the fall of feudalism. In capitalism, businesses, land, factories, and machines are mostly owned by private individuals, not the government. People work to earn wages, and business owners aim to make a profit. The growth of capitalism is closely linked with the Industrial Revolution, which began in the 18th century. This was a time of great change in the way goods were produced and sold. Machines replaced hand tools. Hand tools are tools you use with your hands to do work, like cutting, shaping, or fixing things. Examples of hand tools are hammer, screwdriver, saw, chisel, wrench, and pliers. During Industrial Revolution, factories became the center of production. These changes helped capitalism grow and spread throughout Western Europe and the United States. Features of capitalism. Capitalism has several important features. The most important one is private ownership. In this system, individuals or companies own the means of production such as land, machines, and factories. These owners are called capitalists or the bourgeoisie. They control production and earn profits from the goods and services they sell. Another feature of capitalism is the wage system. People who do not own businesses or land must work for others to earn a living. These people are called workers or the proletariat. They sell their labor in exchange for wages. Capitalism also runs on the principle of supply and demand. This means that goods and services are produced based on what people want and how much they are willing to pay. Prices go up or down depending on how much of a product is available and how many people want it. This is known as a market economy, where there is free competition between businesses. In capitalist countries, the government has limited control over the economy. It does not decide what to produce, how much to produce, or how much things should cost. This is different from a command economy, like in socialism, where the government makes all these decisions. The role of the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution played a big role in the rise of capitalism. It began in England in the 18th century and then spread to Belgium, France, and the German states. Before this, most people made goods at home using hand tools. This was called the domestic system. But during the Industrial Revolution, the factory system became common. Workers now used machines in large buildings to make goods faster and in larger amounts. New sources of power like coal and steam replaced wind and water. This made machines work more efficiently. As a result, production increased, and so did profits. A new social class, the bourgeoisie, grew wealthier, while many workers became part of the proletariat. Why capitalism first emerged in Western Europe. Capitalism began in Western Europe for many reasons. One key reason was the transatlantic economy. The term transatlantic economy refers to the system of trade and economic activity that took place between Europe, Africa, and the Americas across the Atlantic Ocean. The transatlantic economy created huge profits for European countries. The wealth made from the slave trade and plantation farming helped fund the Industrial Revolution, which led to the growth of capitalism in Western Europe. During the early modern period, European countries built empires across the Atlantic Ocean. They created colonies in the Americas and forced millions of Africans into slavery. These slaves worked on sugar, cotton, and tobacco plantations. European countries made a lot of money from the slave trade and plantation goods. This money, called capital, helped fund the building of factories and machines. It was used to start new businesses. For example, the British city of Liverpool became rich from the slave trade. Later, cities like Manchester became centers of the textile industry. This connection between colonial wealth and industrial growth was an important part of how capitalism developed in Europe. In countries like Germany and Italy, industrialization also led to strong feelings of nationalism and militarism. These countries wanted to build empires like Britain and France. This competition for colonies and power helped lead to World War I. In summary, capitalism is an economic system where most businesses and industries are owned by private individuals. Workers earn wages, and goods are produced based on demand. The government does not control the economy as much as in socialism or command economies. The Industrial Revolution helped capitalism grow. It replaced handmade goods with machine-made goods and introduced the factory system. New sources of energy and the rise of new social classes were also important outcomes. Capitalism first started in Western Europe, especially in England. One major reason was the wealth gained from the transatlantic slave trade and colonial plantations. This money helped build industries and cities. Capitalism brought many changes to society and shaped the modern world in many ways. By understanding these features and historical roots, we can better understand how today's economic systems developed and how they affect our lives. Review questions and answers. 1. What is capitalism? Answer. Capitalism is an economic system where private individuals or companies own businesses and aim to make a profit. Goods and services are bought and sold in a free market with little government control. 2. How did the Industrial Revolution help the growth of capitalism? Answer. The Industrial Revolution introduced machines, factories, and new sources of power like coal and steam. This increased production and helped business owners make more profit, which supported the growth of capitalism. 3. What are some key features of capitalism? Answer. Key features of capitalism include private ownership of property and businesses, wage labor, free markets based on supply and demand, and limited government control. 4. Why did capitalism first develop in Western Europe? Answer. Capitalism first developed in Western Europe because of the wealth gained from the transatlantic economy, especially through the slave trade and plantations. This wealth was used to fund industrial growth and build new businesses. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos.